Hello and welcome to my channel, Lady Liz's World. I am Lady Liz Gamer and Artist, and I am here to bring you a video of me painting my Day of the Dead painting. Before we get started, if you could please subscribe, hit that like and little bell so you could be notified for future videos. I am working on this video, painting for Day of the Dead, which I will have on my Etsy shop, and I have a couple other ones on there, including greeting cards and stuff. And I was putting some molding paste on the canvas so I could make some more three-dimensional flowers. And I'm not using the marigolds in this picture, but other colorful flowers that you could also see sometimes. I did paint it last weekend, and I did record some of it, and I finished it off on Tuesday because it did take me a while. And it was really hot those days, especially in my room, which is my office and my studio all together. So some of this video is actually on Twitch. I recorded me finishing it on Twitch live, but I cropped and edited it all out because that's how I usually do my art videos. I don't have a lot of energy sometimes with my chronic illnesses. It's hard. So when I do my art videos, I usually record those and then kind of break them down and put them in here. So I was born with a condition called neurofibromatosis, which is a neurological disease. It's genetic and it causes the growth of benign tumors all over your body, on your skin. For NF1 it's external, so it's on my skin. So that's why I have my hands the way that they are. And instead of hiding it, I embrace it because I want to show myself who I am and my process in life. So I kind of want to keep the commentary to a bare minimal and just let the video play. I was having some audio difficulties at the time anyway. It's so hot and the air conditioner is just rolling in the background, so I'm gonna keep it very casual, and if I feel like I want to bring anything to the table, I'll just jump back in. So Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, has deep roots in indigenous culture and Mexican American. It's a celebration of loved ones that have passed on, and usually on November 1st, All Souls Day, and starts as early as October 28th. And it's not seen as something that's mourning or depressing. It's more of a happy celebration of our loved ones that have passed on, and it's believed that at this time they return to earth and walk amongst us. And particularly people leave ofrendas, or altars, where you have pictures of loved ones that have passed on, and give them offerings such as their favorite drinks and foods. There's some beautiful celebrations that happen if you live, depending on where you live culturally. I know I was from San Diego and Los Angeles. I recommend attending some celebrations. They are very beautiful. The artwork that's produced around this time is gorgeous and it's very powerful. And I recommend attending a street fair if you can, because it's something that's very moving, and I recommend that everyone experience it at least once in their life. For me, I like to create artwork around Day of the Dead or Dia de los Muertos this time of year. So I started working on her last weekend and recorded it so I could do a video. It did get super hot though. It was 98 in my house. It was 100 out, and it was 100 still early evening, like around 8 o'clock at night. I was like, no. Normally I like to talk through my artwork sometimes too, but the air conditioner was on really high, so I just poured myself a drink, put on some Bowie, because I love to listen to David Bowie, and let myself just feel my mood, and started working on her. She was in my head for a couple of days, and I had several sketches of her and different versions of this, which I will post on my Instagram, and I'm going to link that below. But I kind of wanted to get ahead in the game for my Etsy channel and get stuff up and ready to go, so you'll have it in time for Day of the Dead or Halloween or Christmas. As you know, as if you're someone like me who has multiple chronic illnesses, it's really hard with the chronic fatigue part of it and creating content to be consistent. And that's where I struggle a lot. I want to be consistent so my channel grows. I want to be able to post once a week. And sometimes it just doesn't happen. There's days where, I am not functional at all and I cannot even get out of bed or prepare a meal. But I have a wonderful, loving, supportive husband who helps me, and he's also supportive of my art and getting stuff out there. Which during the pandemic is when I really started to focus on getting stuff prepared to sell, because there was nothing else to do, and it's hard for me anyway to work outside of the home because I never know if I'm going to be able to get out of bed the next day. And you can't always call in sick like that. If you can't physically walk to the bathroom, how are you going to call in sick when they say, hey, you need to find someone to cover for you? Because if you can't, you're SOL, you still can't do it. So me deciding to open up my Etsy shop and making some passive income put the ball in my court and made me in control of what I was able to put out there and when I did. And I may not be able to be as consistent as I would like to be, but it still puts the ball in my court and I'm in control of it. So that was very important to me, because in the long run, when you have chronic illness and chronic fatigue from it, feeling productive is a big thing. And it's hard to feel productive when you can't. And it affects your mental health. It makes you feel bad about yourself. It makes you wish, like, gee, I wish I could be more useful in life. And you are. Never feel that you aren't. My husband tells me that I am. And as long as I do what I can when I can do it, I did it. And that's all that matters. And you got to be happy in life and make things happen in your terms. And sometimes, being self-employed is very helpful for me in that state, because then I'm not so pressured to like, oh, I don't want to call in sick or I'm going to get fired. And this whole thing behind it, that makes you worry about getting fired or getting in trouble or being seen as, not a useful member of the team, because you're your own team, and when you're on your own team, you got it. So as for me, I try to be consistent in videos. I'm trying more often to put videos up once a week, and it's not always easy. I know I've lacked in my Sims videos a little bit because those are a little more tedious to produce. Well, dark novels is, because that is story based and I have to set everything up so it happens in a certain way and have to play the game in a certain way so it tells my story. And when I don't have the spoons, I can't do it. So the art videos made it a little easier for me because I just put on the recording button and just paint and have at it, and then I could talk through it and then edit out some of the things that don't need to be in there, like when my cat brushed against the painting and stuff like that happens if you have pets. And I think I am enjoying the process more of putting more art videos on and streaming art videos on Twitch because I feel more like myself and it makes me happy. So this painting did take me a few days. I was having a lot of joint pain last week, which is part of my process, and I had to stop and take breaks. So there was a lot of footage that I had to edit together the best way I could. So at the end of the video, you'll notice I switched over a little bit to Twitch. I try to edit it out as best as possible so you couldn't really tell, and it was able to match up with what I did off stream. But doing it on Twitch gave me the motivation to finish up because I do art streams once a week, and usually I post those because that's when I am more likely to finish a piece in one shot, as if I'm streaming and hanging out with my friends and just doing it. It makes me more motivated to finish. So when in doubt, like if I can't finish a project or I'm having trouble getting motivated to produce something, it's really made it easier for me to record when I'm streaming it and then cutting it up to a video for here. I'm more likely to finish it and more likely to do it, actually. Because there's days where I feel that it's important to produce something every day, even if it's just a sketch. And what I found helpful for me is I do a daily doodle on Instagram, which I'll link below. I decided to do that just as an art exercise with my morning coffee. So even if it's just a silly little sketch, but it gets me to get something out there. And then usually that helps motivate me for the rest of the day. You'll see a little bit of shaking in this video. That's because my cat was rubbing against my canvas and my legs because he wanted to have his dinner. He already had his dinner, but didn't know that I remembered, or thought I wouldn't remember that I fed him, so he wanted more. He finally eventually settled at my feet and curled up into a little ball. And if you are on my Twitch, you would have seen this cat. He makes his presence known a lot and causes a lot of mayhem and havoc, and he has his own following, I think. So his name is Leia. He's a boy. But yes, his name is Leia because when we first found him, we were told that he was a girl from the veterinarians, and it wasn't until later on when we took him to another vet and had to have him groomed because it was so hot last summer that they said, Leia's a boy. So yeah, he's still Leia. He answers to Leia. He's the biggest, lovable, cuddly cat ever, and he loves attention, and he loves to be in streams. So if you join me on Twitch sometimes, you'll definitely get to meet him. He's funny. And I've gotten a lot of my follows when he is wreaking havoc in my stream. So because this is about at the time when I did switch to Twitch and was doing this live on stream, and it caused quite an uproar when he was making the canvas shake. And I did edit out the part where I did put on my cat cam because he's not part of this video. Just kidding. No. I had to stop because he laid in my paint and I had to clean him up, and it was a whole ordeal. So it happens. He's done that at Christmas time when I was in the other room, and he's walked into the room with Christmas cookies stuck all over him because he laid on my Christmas cookies. He's just a funny cat. So if you haven't known, I am a 52-year-old crazy cat lady who likes to paint and draw and likes to play video games. So on this channel, you'll notice that it's a variety channel. I'm sending it up more like a vlog, and I'm gonna post and do whatever I want to do. And if it grows, it grows. But I've noticed I've gotten a little bit more growth doing that, because for years I was just a sim channel, and after 3 years I was still at 90 followers, and I got my last followers recently just talking about chronic fatigue and content creation and posting art videos and just being myself and not worrying about, oh, I have to post the same thing all the time, because for me, being myself and just doing whatever I wanted to do at the moment has brought in more viewership. Now, it would be awesome if anybody watching right now could hit follow and subscribe below and like the video, because it would really, really help me out. And I'm trying to grow a little more, and I think that I've noticed a difference in my confidence when I'm just being myself. Oh, see, there's the shaking again. That was Leia. I've noticed the difference in my growth when I'm just being myself and putting out there what I want to at the time and not putting out what I have to or what is promised. So yes, I'm still going to continue to do Sims videos, and yes, I'm going to continue to do dark novels. Dark novels is going to be once a month, I'm sorry. Dark novels is going to be once a month because it's harder to create those stories. But I don't want to abandon that family because they're a huge part of my life, and I really want to continue, creating those videos. And sometimes I'm just going to be talking about how I'm feeling that day, or where I am with my chronic illness. If I'm having a bad day and I want to post a video about having a bad day, I'm going to post it. If I want to do a little short about having an awesome day, or hey, I walked to the market today, which is across the street, but when you have issues like I do and you're not able to function on some days, walking to the market is a huge thing. It takes me 5 minutes, but I try a lot of times to forget something on purpose for the market so it'll give me motivation to walk. And I think that really helps. Even when I go to Michael's, there's certain things I know that I could use. Like I use makeup brushes sometimes, and I purposely don't get certain brushes because there's a Dollar Tree across the store, and I can get makeup brushes there, and I like them for certain things. I like sponges that I used to paint with. I like to use sponge a lot for texture, and I purposely don't get those things, so I have to go across the street and get them. And wherever you can find motivation in life, that's where you have to get it, because sometimes it's hard. So posting on a weekly basis is not always easy for me, and I'm trying my best to do so. Streaming, lately I have not been canceling streams, and even if I'm feeling a little defeated or raggedy or just thrown down, I just prop myself on my chair and press live. And once I get going and get motivated, and the people that I love that have been there from day one pop in and say hi to me, I actually have more energy and I feel good. So that's why a lot of times I will just post videos on here that I took from Twitch as far as my art videos going, because that's when I felt the motivation to do it. That's when I felt the energy to do it. And it's just a simple thing of someone that you care about coming in and talking to you and saying, hey, what are you painting there, and all that. And because of it, I actually got commissions that way. I just sold my first commission and got it out last week, and it was a painting of unicorns for my moderator. And I never would have sold that if I wasn't streaming. Also, I painted a picture of my cats that I posted on Facebook, which led to other commissions, and I'm excited that I'm going to be offering more. But if you choose to purchase something that I made, it's not going to be realistic. I am not a realistic painter. I am more cartoony. I like to have kind of our cartoony, disproportionate, style that doesn't have to be perfect. I like to be a little more rustic and weird. So if I post holiday cards, they're going to be weird. They're not going to be traditional, like, oh, the joyous of all holidays. No, it's going to be something kind of out there. I have a card and a t-shirt that I used to sell on Threadless that I'm going to move to Etsy of a naked elf swinging on a Christmas ball, and yeah, like that. I've always liked to keep things silly and not serious. I really like to paint things around the time of Day of the Dead, though, or Dia de los Muertos. And it's part of my culture, and I just love the colors. It's beautiful, and the idea behind the holiday is beautiful. So that was my other Day of the Dead painting that's on Etsy, and I was showing it off in stream. And I finished that one finally too. I didn't do a video of me painting that one though. That was something I did one of my insomnia nights where I paint at 3 in the morning. But yesterday I finally finished adding a few final touches of it. So both this painting and that one are going to be up on Etsy, probably starting tomorrow. And the original paintings are going to be for sale, as well as 11 by 14, 8 by 10, and 5 by 7 prints of them are also going to be available. And if you want information on purchasing any of those, please click the link below, or I have all my socials on there, including my Etsy and my Instagram, Twitch, which I stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So come and join me sometime, whether I'm doing a painting or I'm playing Sims, which is a lot of fun. It's not, if you like chaos in your video games, come and check it out. But yeah, these are going to be available on Etsy, and I have a few other things on there that are kind of silly as well, and I like to do parodies. One of them is an Exorcist parody, and it's Reagan sitting on the bed and she's throwing a coffee cup against the wall and she's saying, "I said no decaf." And it's still cartoony, so it's not scary, but I tend to paint things that scare me too, though, and turn them into a cartoony, funny thing. And I was always afraid of that movie, but one time I was drinking a cup of coffee and it was decaf, and I was really grumpy, and my husband's like, "Well, we were out of regular, so I made you decaf." And I'm like, "I said no decaf." And he's like, "Gee, your head's spinning around." And then we laughed at that and made a joke, and then I made that painting. And then I put it on a t-shirt. And I have other variants of it with different sayings that are also going to be on there. So that's the kind of stuff I like to do. I like to turn the tables on things too. So making light of situations and making fun of situations in a fun way. So having like rogue candy and stuff. So instead of, a human giving out candy, it's candy giving out eyeballs, which that's also going to be on Etsy. So yeah, I tend to lie on the weird, and I have a whole spider collection that I'm working on because I'm afraid of spiders. I'm the biggest arachnophobic there is, and I do have a comic character that I'm working on a book for, and I'm not going to talk too much about that right now. There is a video on here of me creating one of the pages of it for my book, and her name is Irisophobia, so you could check that out. I think I will put that on the end screen so you could go take a look at it, as well as the Exorcist parody. And I hope you enjoy them. I just like to have fun and be silly, and I never know what my mind's gonna come up with at the time, so I kind of just let the weirdness shine, I guess. I don't know. So at this point we were in the home stretch and I decided to start speeding up the video a little bit. As you can see, my cat's still banging the canvas. But I had a lot of fun doing this stream and look forward to doing more. And let me know if you would like to see more videos like this. I could definitely do more. I had a good time producing this one and it was just nice and chill, and you know, with a glass of iced tea and music playing, and it really was an awesome process that I really enjoyed, and I'm glad to share it with you, and I want to share more stuff that I'm working on with you. You could also follow me on any of my social media outlets that are listed below, and if you're interested in purchasing this painting, you could click on my Etsy link. I have an email address also listed below, and if you're interested in a commission of something silly and cartoony of a pet, a fantasy creature, or a storybook like character of some of your children, or a pet, let me know. Give me an email and I can work something out with you. We'll talk. Join me on Twitch on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Tuesdays I stream at 4 o'clock, and then on Thursdays and Fridays I stream at 8:30. At least for the summer, because it's like super hot in my room, and with all the lights and stuff, I like to wait till the evening when I can. But as far as lighting, I always do my art streams during the day. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you again. Please leave a like and a comment below. That would really help support my channel and help it grow. And I hope that I could see you all again. Have a wonderful week. I hope, if whether it's daytime or nighttime, you're having a good day or night. And I will see you soon. Bye bye.